So are you homeless?
Yes, currently homeless since February 2022.
Okay, since February.
Hmm.
Okay, so it's been about 7 months now.
Yeah.
Okay, how old are you?
I'll be 28 in November.
28. You look great. And so I see we got the baby here. How old is she?
She'll be one in about 3 weeks.
Okay. Happy early birthday, young lady. All right, all
Thanks.
right. So what was it that happened in February that caused you to become homeless?
My husband was transferred here from Florida, and he was promised to be moved up, but instead of moving him up, actually a few months ago he was let go for something that he didn't do, and he has proof that he didn't do it. But he did get a job within the same week. But we're waiting on some things with our housing, some things to come through, and they just haven't. Nothing's really fallen through. Nothing has worked out. But I'm going here to the center today because we're funds are really short. We're living in like three different hotels per week sometimes. And so I wanted to come here to see
Wow.
if they had shelter. We had
Here
been
we
to a shelter
are.
before, but I had to leave.
Just early on, I hear what she's saying. It sounds real unfortunate. It sounds to me, what is she doing? I hear like she putting a lot of weight on this brother. And I guess you got to get like child care. So there's a lot of obstacles, I guess. But I'm just trying to figure out, you know what I mean? How's she helping?
Yeah, sound like a situation went south. Shit, they moved somewhere for work and supposed to be, a promotion, end up getting laid off. Yeah,
And she said he
that's
got a job the same week and he working. The brother, he doing his thing, but come on, man, it's tough.
got this 1 year old kid. Man, it's a bad deal. Like, just a bad deal. And here we go. You guys wonder how things can go from good. They were moving to a whole different state because her husband was supposed to get a promotion, better lifestyle, better standard of living, and it went south so fast. So we got to see just how easily it is whenever things aren't planned through and people aren't held accountable. How shit can go from getting promoted, moving up to the east side, to being homeless.
So
Very quick.
this is I like one of the first things that I noticed about this is a unique situation. And Willie, you can attest to this because I think you were one of the first people that brought this uh, point or perspective to light, and saying that it's very rare that you see uh, a black couple being homeless together. And so, Gav, I agree with you to some extent as to the lack of accountability she's holding. Um, I don't want to thrash her too much because I still want to hear the rest of the story and piece parts together. Um, I guess what I'm about to do is try and give her some help and a little bit of an excuse and say that maybe the man wants to try and be the man and try and dig themselves out of that hole, and he asked her to take the lead. He asked her to just hold on and give him a chance.
It could be a
Like I
number of
could,
factors. I tell you what, just the
True.
fact moving to a different state, what I'm saying, because my job said I'm gonna get a promotion, that's tough. You like men, when you making big life moves like this, something got to be in stone and blood. You do not
yeah.
want this because situations like this could be bad. She
Well, a
can
lot of times, even a lot of times, the guy would go for 6 months and he leave the wife back.
there you
The wife would
go.
be like, "Oh, my husband's, he getting settled in, making sure it is what it is." So
There we
maybe
go.
there you go. So I agree with you, sir. A lot more is on that man. Maybe he was premature about moving his whole family.
There you
Maybe he
go.
said, "Y'all stay here for the 3 months, 6 months. Let me make sure this is what it is, and not
Yep.
all of us uproot and a month later we homeless."
I've
Because
I've heard that. I've heard that a lot of times where that's what guys will do. Say, okay, there is a great opportunity here. There should be an abundance of resources, but stay here. I'm gonna go get a feel for. I'm gonna go stay in a little rinky dink motel,
I
some
was about to
little
say that. I was just about to say that. The man
also
don't want to make the sacrifice. He gonna say,
there.
"Well, I don't want to pay two rents or two." Well, no, you go have to live in a motel and keep paying the rent
Yes,
back home. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yes. There we go, man.
another
Understand.
thing.
And you go by yourself. You ain't got to go buy no house or no apartment. You can go stay in the cheapest rinky dink motel. Make something smack. Sacrifice. You right, Gav. I like that point. Go ahead, sir.
Another thing is going from like middle. I would say I'm a assume that they had an okay paying job or a nice paying job that was supposed to get better. I'm not sure how much better, but we're gonna say about he was supposed to have a nice raise. So to go from an okay living wage with expectations of having that wage raised to actually having it fall can be it can be detrimental too. Um, Going from 25 $30 an hour to going to $15 an hour, that can be detrimental. Like that can fuck up your budget and all of that. You got to cut out expenses. You don't know what expenses you have to cut out, and it can change your whole lifestyle. Well, it actually does change your whole lifestyle. Um, so yeah, that can be a major factor in this situation as well.
because it's causing me and the kids to get sick. The facility because there was no air conditioning. But it's just been my husband trying to move up, promise certain income, and not being able to get into housing.
What type of job is that he was promised?
He's in management, a popular apparel store in management. He was promised the next, like, to move up. He never moved.
So he was in management.
So this brother left the state and went to another job, and he's working in upper management of retail. Like that's what we touched on.
And all these promises, nothing signed, nothing.
Yeah, nothing signed, and this is sales. Like she said, in a fashion store. Like, gentlemen, you don't put all your eggs in one basket in this circumstance. You got to be like moving from up to partner in the law firm, something like that. Say it's in stone. You can't just be let go. You don't uproot your whole family for something that ain't salary based, you ain't got no $25,000 bonus to move. You gotta move accordingly. Okay, pursue the opportunity, but as we said before, do not put the family at risk. Feel bad for this post sister. She ain't coming off masculine or turned off. She trying to do what she trying to do. She look like she's trying to be led, actually, and it's kind of going astray. And regardless of what we said before, I feel like 100% of this falls on this man. This just ain't sounding so good right now. He got this woman out with his kid. It don't look good.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to piggyback off of what Willie just said and go ahead and basically double down on that. Like the type of job that he had you can't go off of promises. You have to have something written in stone. You have to go in them meetings with negotiation skills, and them is things that you have to negotiate. Like if these people really want you, then they're willing to negotiate with you. Yeah, I mean, and if they really don't want you, then you gonna know it by the end of that meeting. But you can't. Whenever you have a family, you have to have that in the forefront of your negotiation. Like if they want to move you out of state, all right, no problem. I need a moving budget. I need a housing budget. I need these things because this is my family that I'm uprooting, and I need to make sure that they are secure financially and whatever mentally and all of that. I mean, this has to be set in stone before I even get on a plane or get a mega bus ticket or however the hell I'm getting to this other state. I mean, on top of that, it needs to be vetted. Like there should be houses that you are looking at already. You should already have a home set up to where, all right, if I'm moving here, you should be looking at schools. You should be looking at all of this stuff. All of these are factors that you should be looking into before you move, because you are jeopardizing your whole future. Man, you can't just go from something that is known and is working for you to go to something that is unknown just because it could be better.
There you go.
There's a lot of could be's in the world, you know what I mean? But
what's the phrase? A bird in the hand is worth more than two in the bush. And that's cliche and it's kind of worn out, but it's true. a bird in the hand is worth more than two in that bush because it ain't guaranteed you're gonna get those two in that bush. But you got that one in the hand right now. Hold on to it until you secure at least one of those other ones in that bush. And he went down to this different state and was not secured. To me, sound like he moved way too hastily. He just moved. It was emotional driven. And here's the thing: this story continues to go on, brother. Whoever you are, seem like your woman riding with you. You married, your kid out there. This is a bad situation for a man. You are in dire jeopardy of losing your family.
And
Especially like I can't see her body, but if your lady ain't bad looking, please understand something, man. It's too easy, brother. Please get yourself together, and you better acquire all the king's gold in order to keep this together. You got to understand, man. When things go south like this, you got to make up for this. You can't just move on like it. No, make up because she ain't gonna forget that she had to go through these homeless shelters and stuff. She should never forget. So he got a long road ahead of him to make this right. You ask me.
So he was in management already in Florida, and he was promised to become what, like a general manager of
to
a
go
store?
up higher, to be pretty much to be cultivated to move up into the management position over him.
Okay.
Like he was jerked around. Yeah, actually 14 employees quit in a matter of 2 weeks, and he flipped the store. He was sacrificing working day and night, but
You say 14 employees quit in the span of 2 weeks?
yeah, in the span
Why?
of 2 weeks. Just the turnover, and they weren't. I'd say that the employees weren't necessarily treated right, and then some things with work ethic and their age and things like that, they didn't really feel like they needed the job, and because of his management over him, it's just like a lack of respect and things like that. You know, the turnover.
How
with
old
jobs.
is he?
He just turned 27.
Okay, so you guys are around the same age.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how many kids do you have?
We have 2. I hope my parents don't see this video yet because we have another one on the way.
There we go. This brother, 27 years, these is kids. And here we go. They got caught up because of here we are, the economy. So this is rewind. This was recorded maybe January of last year. So this was a year ago. All right, so we got to take that into context to where the economy was. And like she said, 14 people quit. That's around time when nobody working. Still to this day, people are quitting and don't nobody want to work. So his job was dictating on how hard other people was going to work for him, and it all started falling apart. Like she said, we're 27, and they got another kid. They got 2 kids and one on the way. This is bad.
Yeah, this is real bad. I'm going triple, quadruple down on this brother, moving all willy-nilly. Come on, man. Y'all, how can you find time to be mating and your bread ain't right like that? I mean, to this extent. Not like y'all, just trying to come up and move forward. No, y'all homeless now. All wrong. Like I said, they young, miseducated, and this is a time we live in. I got a little bit of sympathy for the brothers that think they got to go out here and get $250,000. You know what I'm saying, just to be respected, because that's kind of the tone of today's culture. You can't be respected out here being a pipe fitter. Don't we know? You know what I'm saying? They ain't respected.
Where did she come into the fold where she's saying, look, I'm not going to keep giving you my wound if you can't. So at the end of the day, because she older than him. He's younger than her.
Oh, okay.
So, you see what I'm saying? And not to say whether it's by a year or 2 years or whatever it is, still the case. She needs to be acting like this is some 45-year-old man taking advantage. No.
There you go.
For this ride yourself. You got some accountability.
Oh, yes. Definitely. That should go without saying that, these are 2 functional adults. They both have accountability in this situation. And the fact that she is his age or a little older, oh, yeah, come on. Somebody got to say, slow down. Let's get financially stable before we keep bringing these babies into this situation. That's a fact.
It's basically a tricky topic only because they're married. You know what I mean? If this is somebody that she wasn't married to, then I would be scorning her and him. But they're married, so I can see why they still having sex. And I can see why it's unprotected. It'll probably feel strange as hell to start having protected sex with your wife and whatnot. However,
Well,
however, because I know one of y'all gonna say this, sacrifices need to be made, and that's one of the sacrifices that you're
Well,
gonna
not
have to
even
make.
that. There's 33 forms of birth control. Don't
yeah.
necessarily have to be a
Yeah,
con.
yeah. So
So
the
there's the other
sacrifices
stuff.
do need to be. All right, yeah. So when it comes to that, you are very correct. There are 33 forms, and I did not know that. I will not act like I knew that. Thank you for telling me that. That's fucking dope. Hey, I'm fucking using that shit. 33 fucking forms. Condoms only one of them. Hey, yeah. In all reality, like it's we can't scorn these two because they're married. We can,
That's true.
but not like we would. What's my man? Nug Nug and them. We can't
Yeah.
scorn him like he Nug Nug.
Yeah, this
He
ain't
just
No,
he fucked
I
up,
was
but he
more or less. I was trying to say the woman need to have some accountability.
yeah,
I
she
was trying to
definitely
take it
needs some
off.
kind
I'm
of
trying to take it off the man a little bit
yeah,
because I
she
think
definitely need
she,
to take some
yeah,
accountability too. She
she older
definitely
than
need to
him.
take
That's
some
what I'm saying. She
like to have a child going through this. First off, that's not going to be a healthy pregnancy. That's not going to be a healthy pregnancy because you're stressed out. You're stressed about money off rip, and you're going to be stressed every day of that pregnancy because y'all are homeless and have been homeless until y'all become unhomeless. And even still, you're still going to have a little bit of post. You're going to have a little bit of PSD on this situation, and you're still going to
exactly.
be nervous throughout the first probably year that y'all end up in a home because you know that it can be gone just like that.
And that's what I was saying, to get that security back and that her feeling protected. This poor
Yeah.
brother, he got to make up. But yeah, let's get.
Yes, thank you.
Man,
And
congrats.
because of the lack of funds, I wasn't able to go to the doctor and things and go, just to be completely transparent, to go get birth control and things that I was getting. Us having to move around different parts of the city for cheaper fare for hotels.
She heard us talking shit.
So
She
so
heard us talking
so there
shit.
you go. She lack of funds. I guess I get it. You know, birth control was not available. So, so she claims. But nevertheless, excuses come a dime a dozen, man.
Still could have had condoms.
Reality is real. We got to do better. I just wanted to stop for that sake because she did touch on it. She said she couldn't afford birth control because of the situation.
Because I haven't been able to work with taking care of the youngest one. I didn't want her in daycare yet. And we're new here from Florida, so just trying to get a feel for everyone and safety and things like that. So she's been at home with me, home with
Right,
me.
no, I get it.
And we've gotten approved for things for daycare assistants. Her sister's going to daycare, and she's in school now. Obviously, school's been for over a month now. But yeah, for the lack of funds with gas and things like that, I hadn't been able to go to doctor's appointments. And even now, I'm having a hard time getting approved for WIC because I don't have a permanent address to give them. And our bookings are so short with hotels that sometimes the receipts aren't good enough, because they say, well, you checked out yesterday, you checked out last week with this receipt. And because we book third party because it's cheaper, some hotels don't even want to give us receipts.
Yeah, what?
Oh yeah, they just got a lot of the short end of the stick, man. Like I'm trying to hold her accountable. She has a lot of answers that answer my questions and my points. So it's kind of hard to like say that she doesn't know what's going. I'll give her that. She is very aware. She is very aware of what's going on. She's very aware of the questions that are about to be asked of her, and so
and there you go.
she's a lot more prepared than I thought she was going to be. I'm very surprised to her answers. I'm not going to lie.
Willie said something last episode. He said, "I don't know how you can be homeless and sober. I think," and he said, "if you are homeless and sober, you won't be homeless for long." So, and I think she is homeless and sober, and they figuring it out. You know.
Yeah.
They got a plan and they trying to figure it out. Yeah, this particular episode, I don't think it's about trying to, lay down heavy judgment on either one of them, really. These are they seem just to be miseducated or, just a little ignorant on how this goes. The fact that they moved out of state and took on all this but they still trying to figure it out. They save a receipt, trying to get WIC. They
what they got going for themselves though, Willie?
What's that?
Camaraderie.
Yeah, they right there. You go.
You can tell by her energy that she doesn't like. I'm not gonna say she's acceptive.
She sound no, ain't accept. Don't say that. No.
She's
She sounds like a wife.
She's
She is,
understanding, and she's not. She's on her husband's side. She
and
understands. She
yep,
understands that there was some fuck ups, but she's not sitting there bashing him. She's not trying to make it seem like
at all.
he's. And even though we are holding him accountable,
Yeah,
she might, but she's doing it in private. And
and,
that's
and
Tell you what,
that's
I
the wife.
respect the
you know
hell out of
one
this
thing.
woman for
You know
this.
one thing they don't got is bread.
Yeah.
So, so what we got to take from this, on like Willie said, we ain't here to condemn this. The people that's watching this, what can you take, especially younger people,
There you go.
younger men? Don't move your family if you don't got that money in your savings account. And if you ain't got some kind of guarantee, some kind of sign-on bonus, don't just move your family. Go there for 4, 5, 6 months, figure it out, and then bring them.
And
That's
do-
what we can take from this.
do what Gav said first. However, if you end up in a situation like this and you are with a significant other, hopefully y'all married and going through this. But if y'all ain't, this is how y'all should treat each other. This is how y'all should treat each other.
Yep.
I mean, y'all trying to work it out, y'all trying to figure it out. Y'all should be coming with answers like this. Like, it's hard as hell to sit there and bash this lady, as you can see, because every time we say something, as soon as we play the clip, her ass is motherfucker on it. Like, she listening to us talk shit on her, and she got a response.
They trying, but like I said, you gotta have bread. Trying, you could try all you want. They both trying, and they trying to work it out. They holding receipts. They trying to do this and that, get on that program. And if finances was in order, this would not be a situation. It's just plain and simple. Only thing missing, they seem like they got a good connection. Seem like she riding with him, but ain't no bread. And like I said, he got a lot of making up to do to get her to feel back secure again, because you said it, Serge, it's gonna be a little bit of PTSD associated with this time in their life where they were homeless. They gonna remember these motels. Let's be clear, these motels ain't clean. They got roaches and all that.
And they ain't cheap.
All that.
And they're not cheap.
Yeah, they ain't cheap and they dirty. They dirty.
It's just been
So let's break some of this down. So real quick, are y'all married?
Yeah.
Okay, y'all legally married?
Yeah.
Okay, and so what age were you when you guys got married?
We got married in 2019, so
It's about
it's
3 years
August
ago.
2019.
Okay,
So I was about to
25?
Be, yeah, I was about to be 25. And he was 24.
Okay,
If I'm
all
doing
right.
the math right. I haven't eaten today, so.
Hey, listen, I've got the math down pat. My viewers know that. Don't worry about that. All right. So let's just start from the beginning. So where are you from?
I'm from Florida,
What part?
Northwest Florida, Pensacola, Florida.
Growing up in Pensacola, did you have both your mom and your dad at the household?
Yes, yeah, I had a very.
Were they married?
Yeah.
Okay, are they still together?
Oh yeah.
Okay. How many brothers and sisters did you have?
2 sisters, so I'm the middle child, 3 of us.
Middle child.
Mhm.
Okay. And so as far as it goes, so would you say that you had like a fairly normal childhood?
But yeah, I had a fairly normal childhood for sure. Yeah,
Okay,
with
okay.
substantial income. My parents both have really good jobs. Yeah.
So upper middle class type deal?
I'd say
Middle
middle class.
Okay. You went to high school, graduated.
Mhm.
Okay. Did you do any college after?
Yeah, so I went to Florida A&M, and that going to Tallahassee is actually how I met my husband.
Man. So did a little bit of time. How many years at FAM?
I was there for 3 years, and then I became pregnant my junior year with my first daughter. She'll be 6.
And he went there as
All
well?
these people on this show seem to be coming up from the South. I don't know if you're catching this. Like they bringing the fucking Underground Railroad back. They like coming from Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, and they all coming heading north. Yeah, I don't know if you're catching this drift. And they all
Okay.
migrating north, and then she like, oh, they like, yeah, this is the second time I just met a guy from where you from. And they all coming traveling north. Now they in Atlanta, and I'm sure they're gonna keep making their way. They'll end up in Detroit or some shit, or Chicago.
You're right.
And that'd be that. It's like shit. History's repeating itself. If y'all catch my drift. And another thing, she talking about she college educated, and this was the first point I hit on when we first started. Why the hell ain't she working or contributing? Because at this point, she's a liability. You think she ain't got no college debt? So this
Yeah.
brother, they are in bad shape.
Okay.
I tell you.
I don't know about that, Gav, because she also said that she came from a middle class house.
That don't mean she ain't in
What
debt.
that got to do with it? She
I
homeless.
didn't say she was
Yeah.
or wasn't. I didn't say that it don't mean she ain't. I said I
But
don't
that means
know
she-
about that.
Wait, hold on. What point are you pushing back on?
On the she in debt part. That's the part that I
Oh
don't know
shit, they
about.
homeless. I would. If
Oh no! Like the homeless part. So, yeah, she is definitely in debt.
you said she
But
ain't got no student loan debt.
that's the part that I'm not sure because it's very possible her family, her parents put her through college.
See, I think that's a misconception. Just because middle class don't mean you about to put somebody through college. I tell you that.
I'm not saying they is or ain't. I'm
But
saying
it's
it's
possible.
possible.
Yeah, I don't want. I don't want the old police to come in. I'm just saying she went. I'm just drawing the conclusion that it's possible that she got some very probable that she got some.
All right, yeah. So, all right, yeah. All right.
Maybe not no 2 months. That's what I'm saying. Just another bill and an obstacle for them. That's
Yeah.
another reason why you talk about get housing, do this. You can't do some of this stuff if you ain't got no credit. If you ain't,
There you go.
you know
And
what I
you
mean?
got that
They got
monthly
so many
expense.
obstacles in their way. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, because that's the thing too. Yeah, that FAFSA was Fannie Mae. She gonna get her bread. You can't run from that student loan debt.
He
That's what
said
they
Fannie
Why
Mae.
is she working?
Sally
They
Mae,
gonna take her.
Willie.
They gonna.
Fannie Mae is one of them Mays. Whoever it is, they got their gun out and they want that bread in their hand.
Sally Mae coming. Sally Mae,
They take
Uncle
it right out
Sam.
your check. They take it right out
Yeah,
her check. That's why she won't even work. She like they just gonna take it right out my check.
there
Yeah,
you
so
go.
no, so what it is with women with newer kids, bro, because she got a kid that's brand new. They don't do daycares, bro. Like they're trusting, and I don't know why. Maybe this it's a knock on the community,
You
or
said
maybe
that.
it's a knock on parenting. But it's parents don't do daycares now. My daughter ain't in daycare, and it's not because of me. It's a whole argument and a whole goddamn on battle between me and her mom for putting her in daycare. Her mom didn't want her in daycare until she was able to talk and actually say what was going on because she didn't want nothing to go on with our daughter.
Well, the
And
other
that was
side of that is
understandable.
daycare ain't cheap either, fam. Shit.
Oh yeah, daycare
There
ain't
you
cheap. Daycare ain't cheap at
There
all.
you go. Most people be cautious about putting their kids in daycares, that budget daycare that they can afford. That's why. But that daycare that's $1,200 a month, you ain't worried about nothing going on there. They got cameras and lesson plans and everything for your babies. That's why. But yeah, that
I
daycare that's probably about $500 a month. You probably should be worried. Probably everybody ain't probably certified. But
yeah, but
they move out of lack and scarcity. Kevin would touch on this. She talking about she won't do this because she afraid. Anytime any couple or individual is moving out of lack and scarcity, you're gonna get bad results. It's never gonna end up well. She refused to put her baby in daycare because she don't trust people, lack and scarcity. Now she won't get a job. Like Gavin said, if you ask me, she keep making excuses why she won't be productive, why she won't start helping bring in home income. I won't put my babies in daycare. This kid in school, she said it. Got a kid on the way. One kid is in school, and the other one she refused to put in daycare. But
yeah.
as we on, that good daycare is not
Now
cheap,
the
and it definitely ain't free.
now the thing about that is, if that's the case, then the parents need to have a schedule where she can work a part-time job and he takes care of the kids while she's at a part-time job. I mean, because not all jobs is going to allow you to get overtime, so they might not have the opportunity to have extra hours for him. He might not be able to work extra hours, so you got two people working 8 hours a day. That's basically what I see.
Yeah.
In
She gonna have to
24
counter
hours,
his schedule. She gonna have to
yeah.
counter it.
So like, let's say he worked if he works 6 to 2, he makes sure that he get home at by 3, and she works a 3:30 to 11:30.
That's
You
it.
know what I mean? Or
That's it.
some or 3:30 to a 9 or something like that. It ain't even got to be a full-time job. Just something to where you pick up 20, 30 hours that gives you a little bit of extra money and a little bit of breathing room. They would have to buckle down and be able to be willing to sacrifice some type of schedule like that.
Yeah. It's not ideal, but they done backed themselves into this corner, and that is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met him in Tallahassee. We worked at the same job
Did
in
he
the
go to
mall.
FAM or
Yeah,
he
he
just
went to
lived in town?
FAM.
Okay, okay.
He went to FAM.
Okay, you gotta make it clear.
Yes.
All right, okay. All right, so you guys was two college kids and you met, started dating, you had a kid.
Mhm.
Okay. And so was life kind of more stable in Florida?
Yeah, when I became pregnant with our daughter, he ended up moving back to his hometown, Miami, and I moved back home. I finished online
when she got pregnant, she moved back home and he moved back home.
Out of college.
Out of college, yeah.
Okay, so they both dropped out.
That's what it sounds. I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah,
rewind.
she finished online. I'm not sure if he finished.
There you go. She got pregnant. She just said she finished online, so they left school.
Yeah, they didn't finish. They didn't
That's
finish
even
on
worse.
campus.
Yeah, they still got the debt.
Still got
They
the
didn't
debt
finish.
and no degree. You right?
I
And
think
no,
she- No, I think she got her degree. I'm not sure if he got his. That's what we waiting on.
let's
But she definitely finished online, so she didn't finish on. Yeah, we all know that them online degrees don't hold the same weight as the on-campus degrees.
There you go.
That's not true.
You don't think you think that's not true?
What you saying, Banger?
I'm saying if you go online and get a degree, versus getting a degree in an institutional school, you physically there all the time. It still holds the same weight. The problem is what it is like it's how you manage as a person when you get these degrees. I mean, I've had this debate with a few times, and they were like, "Oh yeah, well, I'm graduating from this better college." Well, you got to be available for the job as well. You can have any degree or certification. I mean, I'm not knocking the status of it.
I agree with that, but I disagree with that, and I agree with what you're saying as to a degree shouldn't matter where it comes from. However, it does, bro. Like the prestige of a school holds weight in this day and age, in this whole economy. Yeah, I mean, if a man goes to Harvard versus a man going to CCAC, bro, you is not going to treat that man in CCAC the same way you would treat that degree from Harvard, bro. I'm sorry, you won't.
If that's the case, then why do we sign on that disclosure of discrimination? That's discrimination.
It's
Because my degree ain't better than yours with school.
Well, it's
a form of
it's a silent discrimination, Banger. It's silent. So what Serge is saying is, you show up to a job interview and you tell them you got a degree from Yale compared to some online degree from wherever, and they will quietly discriminate about, okay, you from Yale, and they might just say to your face, "Oh, you from Yale."
Is it prejudice? Is it prejudice?
Yeah, it's more.
I know where you at now.
Yeah. Egg shit, and that's what it ain't cool. It ain't necessarily right, and it ain't necessarily a perfect system. But yeah, they say that degree from Yale. There you go. You more vested.
Right,
people argue the fact to say school ain't about education. It's just to show that you vested and will put in the time towards something.
I got one for you. Banger. That's out in the open. It's an out in the open prejudice, bro. The NCAA football college championships is an open prejudice, bro. In order to make it inside the championship, bro, you got to be a Power 5. You got to be a Power 5 or a Powerhouse 5 conference, bro. So you saying that a person from Miami of Ohio ain't as good as people in Miami, Florida? They technically, because that's basically what they saying. However, it's an open prejudice, but we allow it. Yeah,
we do.
That's how colleges roll, bro. Whenever it comes to these academics and all this, bro, they put a whole ass thing. They put status on them prestiges on where you come from. Ivy League schools, they're named Ivy League schools for a reason, bro. They're named Ivy League schools for a reason.
If I was some CEO, if I was hiring, and you walked in and one guy had a fucking degree from Chattahoochee Community College, and the other guy went to fucking Harvard, I know who I'm hiring. Obviously, y'all got the same character. Y'all both got good character and all these things. Then I know who I'm hiring. You know.
And it's wrong to think like that. However, you got to be realistic sometimes, man.
It's a businessman.
It's a part of the business, bro.
Like I said, it shows that you invested.
It's real. I mean, that status quo does matter. I have to agree.
To some people, it shows.
It matters.
Like it shows, like, oh, this person put in out work. They put in all this hard work throughout their whole school to get to Harvard, because you got to put in a whole lot of work to get into Harvard.
And a whole lot of money. Like I said, you invested. You ain't about to just come get this job and leave. You got student loans to pay back. You're looking for some stability with all this debt and all this time you'd invested. So that's why that Harvard, or Yale, whatever Ivy League employee is more desirable than coming from, like I said, Chattanooga, North Dakota.
All right, okay. All right, so you guys was two college kids, and you met, started dating, you had a kid. Okay. And so was life kind of more stable in Florida?
Yeah, when I became pregnant with our daughter, he ended up moving back to his hometown, Miami, and I moved back home. I finished online with Columbia Southern University. I got my degree, started back working, and then he ended up moving to Pensacola in July 2019, and then we got engaged May 2019, and then he moved July 2019, and then we got married August 2019.
Did he graduate as well?
He did not finish. He's not finished yet.
Okay.
So there we go. She got her degree. He did not. So that's where we at. I think, sir, you was asking that question. So she got hers. He did not.
You guys was in Pensacola. Were things stable there?
Yeah, things were for the most part. We were renting a home. He was doing really good at work. He was trying to move up, make more money. I was working. I was a teacher, but then when I became pregnant with her, that I did not renew to come back after the school year. So that summer I resigned. I had her in fall.
She's spending her real. It's an extreme cautionary tale.
That's it. That's it. No bashing. No. This is very. You got two people that seem like they was doing their absolute best. It appears that intentions were pure, and they was trying to make it happen. They did get married. She was a teacher. They would seem like they was trying. This brother didn't get his.
Moving too fast.
Way too fast. There you go, Gav. Best way to put it.
She the glitch, and she don't know it. And so, like y'all two said, these are just two very naive young individuals. She don't understand that. All right, you have a teaching. Well, I'm gonna assume she has a teaching degree. And if you have a teaching degree, that means that you have your child acts. That means that you can get a job with children. And right now, that means that she could go to one of them daycares and get a job and put her child in daycare while she's at work and get paid for it.
Okay.
But they're not thinking like that, because I would have thought of that.
Well, you know what you're asking to do? You asking a woman to make a sacrifice, and that's something they don't do. Most of them.
I don't care, bro.
I agree. Here we go.
I gave you an answer to the ins and outs.
I agree with that too. No sacrifice.
Is real. She ain't about to make no sacrifice like that, and they homeless. She may sacrifice that driving the Benz, and they trying to come up out their suburban home. But no. Not homeless ain't about to make them sacrifices. Like we talked about how a man and a woman, she should. Fuck that.
Got to, man.
She ain't got to do nothing but
you're right.
Stay black and die. That's not all she got to do.
She should.
She should. Well, it should. It's beneficial for the group. But no, she ain't moved to do all that. I can't stress, she ain't moved to make them sacrifices. She gonna keep letting this brother grind it out, and she gonna keep doing her thing. And like I said, they naive, definitely still not trying to be too harsh. Just please, everyone, pay attention to this cautionary tale of two naive individuals who's in their pure intentions that are failing, and it's not a good situation for these babies.